How's your back? How you feeling physically?
I feel good. Moved around a little bit and shoot around today. I feel good.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm going to start off asking a question about somebody else, but shooters recognize shooters. What did you think of Zach LaVine's 49-point performance the other night?
It was fun to see. I think anytime you see that type of performance, you hope that it comes in a win. And I think how, they just came up big, hitting 3 after 3. He hit a couple of tough ones. And, he has that type of talent, that type of ability to have a night like that. And it was fun to see, especially how it came down to the very last shot. So his big moment kind of shined through to a win. So it was fun to watch.
He answered in a big way. He had been benched in the first quarter in the game before. You know what it's like to come out motivated, hit all your shots. That level of being in the zone when you have that motivation, it's harder than it looks. Can you talk about just the mentality that goes into it?
I don't think it's, for a player that's as talented, as good as he is, I don't think it's hard once you see the ball go in a few times to get hot. I think the thing that's most impressive to me is the fact that he got benched the game before, and then you come back and, you can still have your mind in the right place and still put together that type of performance. I think that's a separator, being able to have that type of mentality where he could have easily came out and pouted and, not showed up for his teammates, but he responded in the kind of way that, a player of his level should.
Being the leader that you are in this team, how do you prevent your teammates from hitting panic mode? Where in the West, you can have a bad stretch and that could, prevent you all from, getting in the playoffs even earlier. So how do you prevent guys from hitting panic mode?
I think it's just by the energy that we have every day. It starts with, the condition that you have in your environment. And for us, we've struggled. And I think when you get used to that condition, you kind of just, stay in that same state. You just kind of get used to it, you get comfortable with it, and it just becomes a thing. And we just got to keep fighting it and understand that, we're not going out there losing on purpose. Our energy hasn't been where it's needed to be, but the effort has. And I just think we got to pick up our urgency. We got to always be positive, and I think that's one of the things that we've done a great job of is, we've had nights where we didn't score well, where we didn't rebound well, we're not defending well, but we haven't pointed the finger. We haven't become discouraged. We don't feel bad for ourselves. We just keeping on. We continuing to go. And I think as long as we create that type of energy and environment, when we together, we'll have a shot. It's not, this situation isn't new to us. And I think we're gonna fight our way out of it. That's what I really think.
It's new to this group, though.
Yeah, but the people that's leading the charge is not new to us. So, I've been here before. CJ's been here before. Melo's been in worse situations. Our coaching staff has been through this. So I think, like I was saying, it's the state of the team. How we allow our environment to be. And I think when you have a coaching staff and your 2 best players have been in a situation, you can kind of control what the mentality of the team is and the state of the team is. So regardless of us having new players or guys that are inexperienced or whatever, we've been here before enough to get our team to follow suit and to know how to behave and respond to these type of situations. So that's the reason why I say I feel like we're going to be fine.
What have you noticed about what Melo's been able to bring as a veteran presence off the court and what he's able to bring on and skill-wise as well?
He hasn't played in a year, so I think, it's going to take time for him to get all the way in rhythm and get comfortable. So many plays being thrown at him, going from not playing to playing, a lot of minutes and, the travel and just being back in the flow of being an NBA player. So that's probably going to take a little bit of time. But I think the off-the-court stuff, just as far as another voice, the experience, and, somebody that guys respect. He's been huge for our team already. And I think that means a lot to our team, especially in a time like right now.
How detrimental has it been to have that playbook culled down a bit? Because obviously between injuries, between guys that just aren't out there anymore, it seems like a lot of times you guys seem to be playing more in flow or just kind of rolling more than maybe those playing calls.
It's been a little bit tough because we haven't been able to execute, a lot of sets. And in the past, that was like one of our things. We just ran a lot of sets. And I think having injuries kind of made it that way because you got guys who, weren't getting a lot of reps, maybe in September or in training camp, so they weren't comfortable as some other guys were because it was like, we got this guy here and this guy here, and now, Nas has been thrown out there. You got, Gary Trent has been thrown out there. Scal's been thrown out there in roles that they weren't expecting. So I think that makes it tough, because now you got to learn more plays. You got to figure out what's the purpose of these plays. What am I looking for? You got to go to the other end and remember the scouting report. It's a lot of thinking as an NBA player. And you got young guys who haven't experienced playing all these minutes and having to hold on to all this information and also have to perform, So I think it just makes it tough. So I think that's why you see us in flow, drags and double drags and wide pin downs and stuff like that. Just trying to play a simple game, but a game where we can still kind of move it around and do what we've always done.
So I imagine that having new guys as well, not having kind of the guys who you develop that chemistry with throughout the years, like just those kind of unspoken pieces.
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to have that. I know our plays like the back of my hand because I've been here, and when I see a play happening, I know how certain teams are going to cover it, and I know where I might be able to cut here, I might be able to get a shot there. But if you don't have a certain level of understanding with what we're running, then somebody else might not be able to see that, like CJ can or like Melo can, just from his NBA experience. So that kind of takes away from us able to ad-lib sometimes and take advantage of somebody cheating the play or, stuff like that. So, it limits you offensively.